Hey guys, Lego Man 7777, and I got another 2015 limited edition set review to do today. Today we have the third limited edition set in the 2015 winter line. It is Anakin's custom Jedi Starfighter, ages 8 to 14, 75087, 370 pieces, and is $39.99. We got 3 minifigures, and we got our lovely Disney stamp on the bottom, along with the Rebel logo at the top. On the back of the box, we got a little different view of the fighter sitting on a landing pad in Coruscant. And we got all of our features. And then we got this little graphic. And then we have a slight comic where Anakin and the astromech droid are sitting on the landing pad, and Asajj jumps and attacks them, and then they're in a lightsaber duel. And then go to lego.com/Star Wars to do the Rebels versus the Empire. Now, I did say this was the third limited edition set in the wave, and that is correct. The first one is the Hailfire droid, the second one is the Battle Droid Troop Carrier, and this is the third one. I don't actually have the Battle Droid Troop Carrier as of right now, but I will get to it eventually. So here is our instruction booklet, nice and only one, so it's good. So let's look. Here's just a random page putting together Anakin in our final bag, 3. And let's get to the end. What is our last page? Here's our last page. So here's our final digital model, including Asajj standing over there in the corner. And this is page 78, so it is it's a moderate build. And I'm going to discuss the build in a little bit, because there's a couple things I actually want to talk about. But there is no minifigure gallery in this instruction booklet, but this one does have a checklist for all the sets in the wave. The Imperial Troop Transport, the Shadow Troopers, AAT, T-16 Skyhopper, Prototype, ATDP, Wookiee Gunship, Hailfire, Battle Droid Carrier, this one, the 2 little battle packs, and Ezra's speeder bike. So it does have all of the sets, which is, I thought was impressive that they actually put all of the sets in. And this one had a little different back image. Instead of the little robot guy, it has your average everyday minifigure. So speaking of minifigures, let us get into the ones in this set. So, starting off with the most boring of the minifigures, I would guess you could say. There we go. Is just our standard astromech droid with the red head. They don't even give him a name, and it could be any various astromech droid, but it's not R2-D2. It is a random astromech droid from the Clone Wars. But yeah, he just has a red head instead of R2-D2's blue head, with red details on the body instead of blue, and no back printing. So that's it for him. There's nothing special about him in any way, shape, or form. Our next minifigure is, he's not new either. This is the Anakin Skywalker from the Republic gunship that came out 2013 in the summer. But same minifigure as that. You can see his little braid. He's still a Padawan. His back printing, blue lightsaber, shorter hair, yada yada yada. If you have the gunship, you know what this guy looks like. And our final minifigure, which I don't know why they put this one in here, and that's another thing I'm going to talk about in a minute. But we have our new minifigure, the brand new Asajj Ventress. So here she is with a new body printing and a new face. Still has the same lightsabers, no leg printing. She still has the back head printing, which is nice to have, and the back printing, which looks very nice too. She is brand new. So, looking at this set, there's a couple things you couple things that kind of struck me when I saw this. I was like, first off, this particular Starfighter was not in the Clone Wars series in any of the 6 seasons, ever. It is labeled as a Clone Wars set, which I like that. That means they're going to throw some of those in there once in a while, too. However, if you saw the first version of the Clone Wars, the first animated ones on Cartoon Network that aired forever ago, and were like 5-minute shorts until like the second season where they were actual full-length videos. If you know what I'm talking about. If you're a little older, then you know what I'm talking about, and you've seen them. They're on Cartoon Network. They're on like every Friday night, and it'd be like after a show was over, they'd show one of the 3 to 5 minute clips, and this was a fighter in there. And I've always wanted LEGO to make this particular fighter, but they kept making Delta-7s. And yes, is correct, this is a Delta-7, but it's very different. And I will show you what I mean by that in a little bit. But let's show the actual set off a little bit. So this is the fighter fully, and here's a look at the underside. And a look at the back and sides. So our first feature, which I like because I like to store things, is you can put your random astromech droid in the fighter like that. And if you I always hit these things. And if you look at the bottom, there's this little yellow piece, and if you push it, the astromech droid comes out. That actually worked. He landed. You can't see that, but he landed. So there's that. That gets rid of that feature, and I'll do it again back here, so. Oh, he didn't land that time. Whatever. But there's that. So there you can see. You just push it and he gets popped up. That's always a good feature, because it goes along with another one of the features in this set. But here you can see Anakin put some different detailing here. These move, but it's not a feature or anything. They just move just the way they were built. There's a reason for that. On the bottom, they do have the landing gear, and you can just fold that up. If you want to be in flight mode, I just leave that down because it doesn't hurt anything. This back thing is also part of the landing gear and helps support the weight. Something I did like, you can see these blue missiles down here. They built into the engines, as you can see, this little. Can you see that? Kinda. See if I can. There we go. Right here, this little. It's not a hard Lego piece. It's one of the more rubber kind, and they put that in the engines to store the extra missiles. And I thought that was, I don't know. I just thought that was really cool. It was unneeded, and they did it anyway, and it was whatever. Because I just throw all my extra missiles in a pile somewhere, and with all my extra spare pieces that I get. Now right here, these two things and these two things, when I was building, I was like, what the heck are those for? Those actually hold the engine. This big long, you build this whole entire thing separately, and you put them on sideways. Yes, this is another Delta-7, but this is one of the most fun sets I've had building in a very long time. This set was so much fun to build. It wasn't boring or tedious at all. And they just did a whole number of things that were like, are you going to do that? And then they did it. Like this thing, that's so cool. The way they built those with the new little hinge pieces. I thought that was cool, but that's just me being geeky, I guess you could say. There's a couple stickers, being one big one here and then one here, and there's one on the inside. And then I thought this sticker was really cool. I really like the way they did that. The A that Anakin painted on the side. Now I hate Anakin, but he built a fantastic Starfighter. I'll give you that much. That's my rant for Anakin for the day. But alright, what else can we do? You can open this up. And there's another sticker. That sticker there might imply that they're going to make Asajj Ventress's fan sailor, which that'd be really cool. And that's another reference to the really old Clone Wars, because Anakin used this fighter to fight Asajj Ventress's fan sailor in one of the episodes in Season 2. And there's a little storage for the binoculars that he gets. There is no storage for the lightsaber, which is weird, but whatever. You can store it wherever you want to store it. So that opens up, and just like the ejector R2-D2, you can eject the cockpit so Anakin can get away safely. And then it's just connected by 2 pegs that sit on the thing. And all of that fun stuff. So let's get a quick look at the back. You can see the engine detail. What else is there? There's not too many features because it is another Delta-7. But just like I shouldn't say all, but most of the new sets, you got the flick missiles here, and you just flick it, the top, and you shoot it, and all that fun stuff that you do with flick missiles, and yada yada yada. And then you just load that in just like you do every other flick missile you've ever done. But this time they give you 2 extra on purpose, and I believe they're included in the piece count. I could look, but I really don't care that much. And then, lastly, sticker-wise, there's 2 right there on the engines. And, I don't know. Like I said, it was just one of the most fun I've had building in a long time. And I built the Slave 1 before this, and the Slave 1 was actually really fun to build too, being more complicated than most of these main series sets. And I was like, oh, this is going to be a quick build and everything, just like the Hailfire droid was. But no, it actually took more time than I was expecting it to. And I was just having a ball building this one. But let's compare it to the last fighter that came out in like 2010. So it has been a while since we've seen a Delta-7. But there's Saesee Tinn's Jedi Starfighter next to Anakin's custom Jedi Starfighter. The backs are kind of built similar, but other than that, Anakin's is completely different than any other Jedi Starfighter they've made so far. And for a good reason. It's just so much different. But let's see here. Anakin's fighter is wider and longer than any other Starfighter yet. Like, we said that when Saesee Tinn's fighter first came out and they built the detachable cockpit and all that fun stuff, and we were like, wow, this is a big Starfighter. But Anakin's came along, it's actually even bigger than that. So it's a little, like, if you're using with anything else, it'll be a little out of proportion, but it's just such a good set. I can't say that enough. It's a really good set. We also said with this set that we were like, ooh, this one's getting expensive. It was $29.99, and that's like, ooh, that's really expensive for a Jedi Starfighter. Well, Anakin's Starfighter actually has almost 400 pieces, which is a lot for a Delta-7, and that's why it has a $40 price tag. But it is worth the price tag where, I don't know, because I don't actually have all the winter sets just yet, but there's at least one of them that I know of right now that should have a lower price tag, and I'll tell you that when I review that set. I'm not gonna say anything negative about other sets in a review for a different one, but that is it for Anakin's custom Jedi Starfighter. If you have any extra money from Christmas or a gift card to the Lego store, or just have money in general, and you want to get a really great set that's fun to build, this is the one that I recommend. Right now, this is my favorite, and I think out of all of them, it will stay my favorite. I mean, the only other one I really, really like is the Geonosis Troopers, and I don't actually have that one yet, and it's only a battle pack. But there's another one that kind of surprised me a little bit in the end. But that's a whole different review. Anyway, like I said, I recommend this set highly, and even though you may have every other Delta-7 at this point, you're really sick of Delta-7s, this is a great set, and you really should get it. It goes great with everything else. The blue color is just like Plo Koon's Starfighter from way back in the day. It's unique. It stands out compared to a lot of the other sets that are, a lot of sets are gray. Gray or white. So it's either Empire or Republic, so gray or white, and then you got a few droid sets in there like the MTT. But this one really stands out being bright blue and white, and I recommend it. I can't say that enough. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. I appreciate it more than you guys know. And, yes, stay tuned. I have 2 more reviews as of right now for a couple days at least. And I may get a couple more sets, depending money-wise and school and all that stuff that life actually happens. But anyway, thanks for watching, and see you guys later.